Neat.
So we're going to end the year with 740 followers on Twitch. Not terrible. I'm not unhappy about that. Oh, are you kidding me?
What?
So apparently the reason why Twitch was not accepting my my title for the stream was I used the word grinding in it because I'm grinding up to fight the boss. Wait a minute, no. Oh! I used the word climax in the Twitch stream title, and it didn't let me do it because climax is automatically flagged.
Uh,
Are you kidding me?
well, blame all the former porn stars who decide, hey, now that no one wants to watch me have sex with a whole bunch of black guys, I bet I can make money by getting confused 10-year-olds to give me their parents' credit card information on Twitch. Extremely predatory system.
Mm-hmm. Climax is a word that means many things. It doesn't just mean the thing that people are thinking about.
Yeah. I know.
Like, you know that word that means that you're a miser? That kind of sounds like the other word, but you can't use the other word anymore
Yes.
because it sounds too much like the other word. It's like,
Yeah.
you know,
One of my favorites.
that's a good word, man. That's a great word, and nobody can use it now.
Yeah. Well, blame blame the people who think that the word describes them. Be completely honest.
I didn't watch the Sam Hyde Elon video yet, Santi. I did watch a Sam Hyde video today that Snack sent me.
Yeah, I sent him smaller clips of the thing because it was great, and I told him to watch the long thing. I watched the long thing. I think it's one of those generational level speeches, like Sam Hyde. Trust me, he's still a comedian, and that is, he just wanted to do like you can watch any given Sam Hyde video on YouTube, and it was the same kind of content, where he's just philosophizing and just being an incredible producer of culture. But everything he said, I'm sitting there like, this is damn near tantamount to entering the political arena, like straight up high 2028. I was extremely impressed and satisfied with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was amazing, which is why I told you to watch it. But I don't think you've even watched the Norm thing yet, which was hilarious.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance yet. Sorry, I forgot today. Are you a big guy about the New Year's? Not really. I do think it's weird that it's already 2025 in a couple hours. It doesn't feel like it should be, but, you know.
I feel like I've said this a lot lately, but this was one of the crummiest years of my life. 20s have sucked ass. Thank God this horrific fucking jail sentence of Joe Biden is over. I hope that things get better from here on out, but holy crap.
You know, they should really have the inauguration be on New Year's Day. So you start the new year with the new president. January 20th is like a little too far out. It would make a lot of sense to just go New Year, new country.
Let's go.
Be fair, it used to be in March.
Huh. Why did it take so long to have the transition of power?
Because when the country was first founded, people would travel using a horse. So the election would be held in November, as is tradition. It would take a long time for the result to have even reached every territory of the country. Once it finally did, this is why it takes as long as it does now. Or, like the elections in November, and then in December, the electors cast their votes, and then in the early January, the election's certified. Because that's how long it used to be for people to travel, but it was basically like they were going as fast as they could. At this point, the election should be, the first Tuesday in November as it is. Certification and inauguration should take place before December.
I think that's all of them.
Considering the concept of what it was that they were trying to think of. But we hold on to traditions and blah, 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 and they think that it's good to hold things up also because of the importance of the transition. But that's kind of stupid at the same time for exactly what we're going through right now, the lame duck period.
Mhm.
Nothing is happening, but that's kind of really bad for things to be just in a state of limbo for 3 months.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's actually kind of really bad. So they shortened it from March to January, sometime in the early 1900s, because they were like, well, we certainly don't need to wait until March now. Traveling is much faster. I highly doubt that they're going to do it any sooner than now because of, they don't like changing anything that could potentially make it so that they don't get to fuck things up as much as they can right now. That's what it all comes down to.
Yeah, you got to give them time to cover their asses.
Yeah, I mean, think about how ancient and useless Mitch McConnell is. Like, he would not be able to fuck as many things up as he possibly could in just 2 weeks. If 2 weeks after the election was the inauguration, that would suck for useless, corrupt pieces of shit like him who are intentionally trying to damage the country as much as possible. That's exactly why it doesn't change, because it's like 90% of the government.
My archetype's ability is strong.
They found us.
They're gone. The danger is behind us.
Push through.
I don't know how much I'm getting from grinding in this place. I've been here before.
On your toes, everyone.
Who do you think I am?
Great job, love.
Nice find. Looks like it could be useful.
Okay, Billy, if it means that much to you, we'll go back in time.
Back there. I think that's all of them.
Man, that was so based.
Yeah, but you know what's not looking good, Santi? If Brock Purdy has any more injuries to his throwing arm, he's only going to be able to throw the ball like 3 yards. It's going to be like me throwing the ball pretty soon.
Yeah, isn't that awesome? I hate Brock Purdy.
Is it because he looks like Sheen from Jimmy Neutron?
No, I don't care about that. I hate Brock Purdy because he's like the perfect example of a team is decent, so all of a sudden the most mid quarterback that you can think of is being praised as like the future GOAT. And it drives me insane, because I'm like, look, Brock Purdy he's average. He's not bad, but holy fuck, he's not even close to being as good as the shit that we had to hear about him last year. And that bugged the crap out of me, because Tua had an amazing fucking season last year, but because we had statistically the worst offensive line in football, and we were the most injured team in the NFL, our season falls apart. And everybody, oh, they can't be good teams, and they suck, and all this other shit. And there's nothing that you can say, because, we lost the games that we lost.
No, I wouldn't be upset, Cable Man.
But after everything the two has done this season, you know, coming back from the injury and especially how bad we've been without him, I'm like, man, he just deserves way more credit than he's been getting. People should be fawning over him the same way that they're fawning over Brock Purdy. Instead, all we got to hear this year was all the people saying that he should retire. The concussion that he got in week 2 was his 4th concussion since he got into the NFL. Now that sounds bad, but Aaron Rodgers has had more than 4 concussions in any given season for like a lot of his career in his rookie year. Well, I don't think necessarily his rookie year. The first season that he had where he was actually playing, because I know when he got drafted, they're still having him play behind Favre. So, you know, the first season when... Yeah, the first season when he was like actually, you know, getting going, it wasn't his actual rookie year, but basically his rookie year because he actually had the chance to play for the first time. He had 4 concussions in that season, and then he'd go on to have an amazing Hall of Fame caliber career. And you know, you talk to him now, and you know, people who think that he's stupid are just people who disagree with his opinions. But in terms of like the brain damage, it's just not there. You know, obviously getting a concussion is not a good thing, but having a concussion is no guarantee that your brains are going to be completely scrambled. There's different levels of severity. Everybody handles the recovery differently. You know, you got all sorts of different, you know, like Terry Bradshaw's got to be like fucking 90. Jesus Christ, how old is he?
He's not that old, I don't think.
Terry Bradshaw is 76.
He's getting there, but yeah, he's not 90 yet.
He's 2 years younger than Bill Clinton, for God's sake. But even at 76, and he had a shitload of concussions when he was playing. Perfectly lucid. You know, not a single thing appears to be wrong with him mentally. So, you know, Tua gets his 4th concussion in his career, and people are like, oh, he should retire. What the fuck, man?
It's okay. We can a tough one. Justice prevail.
I get it, but it bothers me.
Woo, not too shabby. Let's keep this up, everyone.
Yes, I've become stronger.
What now?
Are you fucking serious? God damn it, game. This guy ran all the way over here through all that different shit just so that he could go bother me. That's awesome. Ugh. Oh, alright then.
Amazing. Great moves back there.
Come on. Let's stash that somewhere safe.
That should come in handy. Pocket it.
This power's getting. What now? All right. How's that?
That was neatly done.
What now?
That's just retarded. These guys are asking for a master's degree in healthcare informatics. But this is something that I could actually do because the only thing it's asking for in terms of what to actually do is it's a data entry job that requires experience with SQL. But they're asking for a master's degree in healthcare informatics. By the way, that master's degree they're requiring comes with $23 an hour.
Well, at least it's not unpaid with you being expected to pay $500 a week.
Which is definitely true, but I'm like, gee, what the fuck? Like, you have any idea how pissed off I'd be if I got a master's degree just so that I could cap out at fucking $23 an hour? And I say that because I was just working at Amazon. I was making $22.50.
Hit their weakness.
No holding back.
Moves, I
Power
say.
ice.
Hit their weak points.
which, as I understand, is common pay with any warehouse job.
Hit their weakness. With blade into your opening, Captain.
Oh, shards of ice.
Oakenberg got them right.
I mean,
Jason Coins
I had a
said an easy
friend
way to waste
who
your
got a
life.
who got a PhD in religious studies, but there ain't no jobs for that.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I shall vanquish evil. No, by this power. Ice. Come, freeze.
Only a flesh wound. Oakenberg, keep oh, power of kings. You down? You hit their weakness.
Warlord.
Nice move, Heismay. You hit their weak point. Keep it up, Stroll.
Fingers crossed.
Don't get sloppy.
I hate that so much. Fuck it. I'm so tired of the shit. I am just gonna straight up edit the goddamn thing. I don't even care.
Royal power within. Come forth,
That's a
royal
lot of
soul.
ailments. Be careful out there, okay? You hit their weakness. That's your opening, Captain. Oakenberg's badly wounded. Someone heal her. Too many people knocked out here. You've got to get back on track.
Are you shitting me? Wow. Triple Cable Man, we're really not in mid-purgatory. People use that term way too liberally. We are not in mid-purgatory. We just got a new head coach. It is way too early to make that determination.
That might be of use later.
We've been plenty of people.
Let's take it with us. I can feel the power coursing through me.
What now?
They saw us.
We've been made.
That's not how bad.
We've been spotted. On your guard. Plenty of people there. All right. How's that? Come on.
Great job, Mom.
You look strong.
Push it. All right. How's that?
They're gone. Danger is behind us.
I don't know if Arizona's in mid-purgatory. I'm not a big Kyler Murray guy, so I would say that, you know, they may be, but at the same time, they really haven't had a chance to replenish their defensive talent, and they're still decent in that area, so I want to see what's up with them next year before I say anything there.
That's all of them. Yes?
I'd also like to take an extreme amount of umbrage with the idea of the Seahawks being in mid-purgatory as a Dolphins fan. Realize we haven't won our division since Tom Brady's been drafted. You guys barely missed out on that.
That is.
And you've won your division a number of times since your last Super Bowl appearance. You won a Super Bowl like 10 years ago, a little over. You know, I know that you guys are young mostly, so you either missed out on that or you're prone to overreacting over every little thing, but dude, it could be way fucking worse, so don't dare say that kind of shit. It could be so much worse. Plus, at the end of the day, the Seahawks are highly competitive. It's just it happens, you know.
Come on!
Very impressive.
Push through!
I'm sure you'll find it useful. Not half bad. Hang on to that.
What now?
Like, I would understand even a Steelers fan saying that they're on the, mid-purgatory. Because they never do anything to change anything up. Mike Tomlin's been the coach for 2 decades, and he's going to be there for another 2 decades, no matter what happens.
Us, we
And
were talking about it the other day.
I know they just got a new GM a few years ago, but their new GM was the protege of the old GM who had been there for 20 years. So they haven't actually gotten a new, fresh set of eyes in the building for literally 25 years.
Plus, it was like we were talking about the other day, where their owner is the kind of guy who utterly refuses to imagine anything other than you try as absolutely hard as you can in every single game that you play, which is refreshing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is what it is, because
I don't see any more.
what that means is you definitely go into mid-purgatory, because the odds that you're going to be rock bottom are extremely low. Because if the Steelers' ownership can sit there and say, well,
Such an elegant fighter.
depending on the moves that we make, if we stuck out with, the direction that things are looking in, we could end up with maybe 3 wins this upcoming season, which should have us at like a top 5 pick. Or we could sign these guys, which could push us just up into like 6 or 7 wins. And, that's like, hey, great, that's 6 to 7 wins. That's more wins. You love to see it. Meanwhile, it's like, oh, you've really done to fuck up your draft position, but, it's
Yeah,
what it
I
is.
mean, the issue with that is that the Steelers owners are among the poorest in the NFL, so they probably can't afford to bottom out because people would stop going to the games.
Yeah.
Like, they would probably be like, we literally will go broke if we don't keep winning, so we can't mess with that.
Why they have the longest tenured black coach in the NFL. It's not because Tomlin's great or anything. It's just because he's they only have to pay him 3/5 as much.
I didn't say that, though. I want to be clear, stream. I did not say that. But it is true.
Phase. Right.
Freeze! Dark Knight!
And I don't think there's anything fundamentally wrong with just trying to be decent every year and then hoping one year you break through. But I could also eventually at a certain point say, you know what, we need a fresh set of eyes on this if it keeps happening over and over and over again with nothing even resembling a breakthrough. The Steelers have played in the AFC title game once since 2010.
Royal Soul!
They lost
remember
to
whenever-
Tim Tebow in a playoff game.
I was going to say, remember when everybody was freaking out over how amazing it was that they had Ben Roethlisberger, who was playing incredible football, and they also had Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
They're like, this is a squad who will guaranteed make a Super Bowl at some point. They have no shot. Wasn't the closest that squad came to actually making a Super Bowl was when they literally lost to the Blake Bortles Jaguars?
I am most certainly stronger
Yes,
than I
they
was.
did.
Be careful.
I mean, user
That's
the Mariners have made the playoffs once in the last 22 years. The Steelers make the playoffs almost every year. I don't think that's a good equivalency. Like, there is a difference. The Mariners are always like one game short of making the playoffs. The Steelers are always in the playoffs at least.
Don't get too relaxed. These monsters are relentless.
Looks like we're safe for now.
I mean, that's what the 2004 that's what the Chauncey Billups Detroit Pistons did, right? They just kept making it every year, and one time they broke through.
Yeah. They made the ECF.
Find a use for it.
They had that amazing streak, making the Eastern Conference Finals. It was like
Could be our chance.
6 times or
70,
something.
yeah, 6, 7, 8, something like that, times in a row. And in that time, they made the finals twice. They won the championship in 2004. They lost to the Spurs, but in 7 games, which until 2013 was the closest the Spurs had ever come to losing in the finals, in 2005. And in 2006, they damn near beat the eventual champion Miami Heat, but
Yep.
just couldn't quite get there.
I will never forget that series because of that play where Ben Wallace blocks Shaq at the rim. Just ragdolls him.
Absolutely iconic. And then, in 2007, it required literally a legendary Herculean performance from LeBron. But even then, if I remember right, that was 7 games too. And that was LeBron announcing to the world that he had arrived. That was the first truly amazing LeBron moment we ever saw, and he'd go on to become one of the greatest of all time. Then in 2008, the eventual champion Boston Celtics, again, 7 games.
No holding back.
Like, that Pistons team was consistently incredible, and if one or two things go their way differently, that's an absolute dynasty. Just off of the staggering, extraordinary, stifling defense that they had.
So that must mean the Pistons made the ECF in 03, which was the year the Nets went to the finals, right? And lost
Yeah,
to the
well,
Spurs.
2003 was the Nets, yes, but I don't know if Pistons made it that year. Let me check.
I feel like they did.
Yes, it was the Pistons against the Nets, but the Nets straight up swept the Pistons.
Oh, power of hero.
Damn, son.
What a finale! Keep your energy up, everyone!
I'm capable too. I feel new power surging within me.
So yeah, let's see here. 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 2009 was extremely important because the reason that they didn't make it that year was because Chauncey Billups ended up heading over to the Denver Nuggets.
Who made the Western Conference Finals that year?
Yep, and that was all it took. It's just straight.
The best year in Nuggets franchise history before Jokic got there, I think.
Yes,
I'm sure you'll find
without a doubt. And that's why Melo is so mad. It's because not only does Jokic wear his number, but he showed up and like immediately was the man and was clearly taking Denver to greater heights than Melo ever would. And most importantly is that in that year, when the Nuggets made the Western Conference Finals, lost to the Lakers, Melo wasn't even the reason. Like, because again, it was all Billups. He wasn't even the man on his own team.
I remember Billups kept doing that play that year where you're inbounding the ball and the guy defending you has his back turned to you, so you just throw it off his back, inbound it to yourself, and then get the basket. I love that play.
Yeah. Just definitely a cheeky boy. I remember during the streak, it's one of my fondest memories in sports. During Miami's 2013 streak, It looked like the Celtics they were fighting really hard to be the team that would break the streak, and Miami ends up securing the win. Shane Battier, he pulled that move on Paul Pierce, and it was so funny when he did that.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Jeff Van Gundy was narrating, or commentating for that game, and man, he loved it. He was laughing. He's like, "Oh my God, Paul Pierce is such a goof. Look at what this just happened."
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Well, who was the team that went up by like 30 and then Miami came back on during the streak? Was that Cleveland?
Yes, it was the Cavaliers.
Okay, okay.
I will never be able to forget that because I made an account bet at halftime, and the Heat were down 27. I made an account bet because everybody was going crazy. They're like, Miami's going to lose the streak to Cleveland. They wouldn't shut up. So I was like, all right, I'll shut you guys. I'm like, if Miami loses this game, I'll close my account. Who wants to? No fear. And then, holy crap, that was when LeBron, for the first time, he did the Bane breaking the back thing.
Yeah.
When he hit a go-ahead 3 at like, oh man, they went apeshit because like not only did they take the lead in an insane run, they did it in the third quarter. Oh man, just absolutely crushed them.
Man, Ghetto Gronk is on one tonight. These tweets are diabolical.
I'll check it out in a second.
Praise! With my praise, I shall guide the powerless and foolish masses!
You've no faith in your god, nor in any people. Not even in yourself. I believe, no, I know that people are not powerless.
Faith can be a powerful thing. He's taken it too far.
I call upon royal power within! This should help.
I'm grateful.
I'll do this together! Wait, not this. By this power. You dare defile holy prayer!
Who is Nate Bajorkran?
Magic Seeker!
I have no idea.
Santi said his name in the chat. I guess he coached 2 games for the Blazers, while Chauncey Billups was otherwise predisposed. Maybe he was sexually assaulting women, I don't know, but Scoot Henderson had the 2 best games of his career.
Thanks for reminding me. I was gonna send Santi the Norm Macdonald video, so I sent it to you too. Walking to my car on New Year's 20 beers deep while everyone screams at me to not drive. Oh my god. Oh shit, that is incredible.
Yeah, that was the moment where you realize Shaq wasn't Shaq anymore, when Ben Wallace just
Can be a powerful thing.
shoved him like a rag doll.
He's taken it too far.
Okay, he's not weak to anything. I thought so.
Watching that play right now. Man, he just absolutely offensive fouls the fuck out of Sheed. And then Ben Wallace out of nowhere. And Ben Wallace, I'm shocked that he didn't get called for a whistle there, but that's just, back to how it used to be, and you miss it. But man, he's just all over Shaq. Like, because I get it, he touched his ball first, which is what's going on. But it's like, if you try doing that nowadays, even if you touch ball first, if you just tackle a guy, which is what Ben Wallace did, you're still getting whistled.
Mm-hmm.
Be ready for anything.
I'm grateful. Thank you.
You dare fight us power. We'll do this together. No, let's go. Scour.
Okay.
Magic Seeker!
Man, I miss those days. Like, Detroit wasn't a complete shithole. They actually had a crowd. Man, you hate to see it.
We'll combine our strength.
Is everyone okay? Let's try to heal up. That's it! Throw her
Dark
down.
Knight.
Can anyone get on healing duty?
I'll run you through.
Impossible. Warlord. This should help. Thanks.
That was helpful.
Trust me.
I will guide you the way. We're not out of this yet.
Thank you.
I owe you.
Thank you.
Magic Seeker!
I knew you'd help. You
Dark
dare
Knight.
defy a holy prayer?
Pierce through them.
No holding back.
Hulkenberg?
Let's do this. Let's do this. I will eradicate the treacherous infidel.
She's doing great.
I won't hold back.
Magic Seeker!
Trust me.
I
For
will
all
guide
that we
the way.
strive for. Comrades, lend me your strength.
We'll combine our strength. Impossible. I shall vanquish evil. I'll blow you away. Let's stay calm. Wind. Impossible.
I shall use this.
Thanks. My thanks.
Thank you.
Observe the enemy. Dark Knight. As the point of a sword.
I will eradicate
Well
you.
done, Hulkenberg. Like poetry in motion.
No holding back. Be ready for anything.
That helps.
That was helpful.
Trust me.
We can
And this is just sad.
Thank you.
helpful as ever.
Thank you.
Magic Seeker!
Why would I get a job paying minimum wage, which is like 16 bucks an hour, working like a dog, like fucking welding, paying 16 bucks an hour? Instead, I just get a job at McDonald's that's paying 20.
Hey,
The
Seahawks
fuck?
fan.
I'll run you through.
So much black. Black.
Perhaps not. Let's try this. I help. Come forth, royal soul. Scour.
Magic Seeker!
Not this tactic. No use holding back.
We will deliver you from evil.
As the point of a sword.
Impossible. Why has God given me such an ordeal to overcome? Devils, be gone! Cursed! I will eradicate you!
Stroll's been hexed. He's gonna get hit with backlash if he attacks.
Leonardo DiCaprio will appear in Squid Game Season 3.
But why?
Who knows?
That's just utterly baffling. You said it yourself the best. Who knows?
The pain! The pain!
2025 is supposed to be the year where more women start having sex with robots than men, so we're finally there.
Yeah, that is not even close. Not even remotely going to be the case, but okay.
With healing
And
power.
I just say that because, not that what you said was stupid, but the idea of
Magic Seeker!
women doing that is just hilariously wrong.
This way the accessories go right ahead.
Justice prevail.
Holy prayer!
I'll stay my blade.
Are you prepared? This should help.
Thank you. Thank you. Heavy.
Devils! Cursed!
Heavy.
Stroll's
Come
been hexed.
forth, royal soul.
He's gonna get hit with backlash if he attacks.
Wind.
Hulkenberg's been hexed. She'd better hold back her attacks until it's gone.
This should help.
Is with blade in hand.
I had no idea that was going to take as long as it did. Wow.
Impossible!
Myself be cursed.
This cannot be.
Stroll's been hexed. He's gonna get hit with backlash if he attacks.
No, not this. Warlord! It's time to strike!
That is
Yes.
helpful. Youth has been
I will
hexed.
fight with
She
pride.
can't afford to attack right now.
Scour. tough
The
one.
curse of this sort is trivial. We have provisions.
Helpful as ever. But I
I
must
defer
grant
to you.
you salvation. Let me rethink this. Hold Warlord! No. No holding back! This should work.
So, no bones in your grinder. Yeah. Be right back, guys. Okay. I am back. Take it to the bank, the blood bank.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. Ugh. I'm so insanely fucking stupid.
Devils,
How could I let myself be cursed?
close
How could I let myself be cursed?
Hulkenberg's been hexed. She'd better hold back her attacks until it's gone.
This'll do it. Trust me. I owe you.
Thank you.
But I must grant you
After
salvation.
you.
For all that we strive for, I'll run you through. Worthy foe after all.
Warlord!
Not the right move.
Warlord!
Go for it. Vader's power. Wind. Still up?
But I must grant you salvation.
Now,
Magic Seeker!
no, not. I'd rather refrain
Let
for now.
justice prevail. Pierce through them. May yet cling to life.
Devils,
How could I let myself be cursed?
you will fall at my
Please,
down.
sorry.
Someone help her!
Everyone.
Lupa's down! We gotta help her!
Could do with this.
I
Hold
must
back.
grant you salvation.
Got him.
I've done it!
I admit, it feels good to. Ha! I have never known such height.
Excellent. I've grown more
New
powerful.
means of protection.
Sancta Hyperic. I too will.
I walk a lonely road. You're gonna hate me for this, but I gotta do it.
Because
Why? What the hell even is that?
It's like a pocket pussy, but instead of a pussy, it's
It.
Sure.
What? Ugh.
no.
the chat's gonna be very confused right now.
Ophi. Right. Well, us hurry. Thank you very much.
Now then.
Ooh, am I maxed? Yes. I have a full crown, baby.
Ah, magnificent. Thou art now truly worthy of rule. With this, thou art...
Oh, okay. Big country. I'll put it in the memes channel. So you know what the hell I'm talking about. Alright, it's in the memes channel.
the heroic embodiment of heroes lost. By thy supporters' faith, thou graspeth might beyond might. All heroic embodiments dwell within thee. Their power marks thee scion to a forgotten hero king, a wielder of all his peers' powers. Now, go forth. Thou needst fear nothing more. Thy destiny awaits, World Shaper. Forge this land anew, to a world none before you saw realized. Shall we away?
No. What now? What now?
Yep.
And I'm gonna marry Donald Trump.
Come on!
Tremble before me.
What now? I see. Fascinating. This right here. All right. I'm counting on you. Of course.
Steady effort is key.
On your guard!
That was neatly done.
What now?
I don't see any more. I think
Jesus Christ. That was awful.
we are spotted. We must be vigilant.
I can feel my power growing.
Someone made a point on X yesterday that I thought was interesting. You can't even play video games for 80 hours a week, so how the hell are you going to work 80 hours a week? I don't believe that people are actually doing this.
Yeah, especially because, like, every other word out of an Indian's mouth is a lie, so I'm not gonna believe a fucking thing that they have to say. But it's like I was saying, yesterday, which is if you just think about it in terms of the sheer logistics of the thing, if it's 5 days a week that you work, that's a 16-hour workday, which is basically next to impossible. If you work 6 days a week, it's 13.5-hour days. If you work 7 days a week, it's a little under 12 hours with no days off. Some people do, but that is obscene.
I think you could do it for a period of time. If you're trying to get like a startup off the ground or something, I can see that.
How nice. This should prove useful.
Alright, how's that?
Skill.
Let's push through. Cat.
Amazing! Great moves back there.
That's all of them. We're safe for the time being.
His power grows stronger still.
Let's push through.
Very impressive.
Come on.
Yeah, that feels nice.
My way.
We're done. That was all of them.
What now?
Skill.
Let's push through.
That should do it.
Out of my way!
Amazing! Great moves back there.
This power's getting...
No. Looks like they found us.
Who do you think I am?
Incredible! This power feels stronger still.
What now?
They saw us. Stay on your toes.
Impressive. Your training has
All
paid
right,
off.
how's that?
I can feel greater power within.
I knew we could count on you.
We cannot avoid this fight. Stand ready.
Damn!
We've been made. What's that?
That's all of them.
We cannot avoid this fight. Push through. Stand ready. Cat. You're a beast.
We're gonna get them working again. Remember when they worked? They used to work for free.
That was based.
We're spotted. You're in the way.
Come and get me.
If it's useful, I say grab it.
Hey, good one.
Ugh, I think they see us.
I think we're in the clear. What now?
Ooh.
Hey. Okay then. Right?
That's a good one. Okay, so this is a quote retweet, so you have to click on it to get the context. But this is fucking good. This is a good one.
That was a great help.
Yes.
The deadline is.
And so, feeling worn out?
The day of the hero draws near, which shall see the crowning of a new king. 18 days remain.
Try not to die.
We need to go.
I'm...
Smash it all to bits! Smash it all to bits! Aye. Sam. Vinka. Huh?
Oh, the Cavaliers ruined LeBron's birthday. And the Cavaliers are now 29-4. God damn, man. They're not going nowhere. Look at these motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's is a pretty common and iconic Cavaliers ruining LeBron's birthday. That's
Yeah. They've won 8 in a row since they lost to Miami a couple weeks ago.
Nice. Makes Miami look even better.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. Thank
Maybe
you.
this Cavs team is kind of like the old Pistons team. They didn't have a super duper star, but they were just well balanced and they made sense. And they worked well together. Without watching them a lot, that would be my best guess.
By the way. Well then. Think. Hey. Hey. I mean, what the hell? Leave it to me. Huh? Leave it to me. Huh? Damn it. Right. Thanks. And then. That's. But. Aye.
Here. Now. A new power.
No one's strong enough to live alone.
A good tweak.
Yeah, I like that one.
Let's head back. Fancy a bit of info? All right then. What now?
Okay, never mind.
Well.
Yes. Ooh. Okay. Let's do it.
But come on.
Hit it.
Oh, wait. Thank you so much. You know something?
What about us brain dead slobs?
Will be given lemons. That was a good one.
1 hour and 3 minutes to New Year's. That's it. Now say goodnight.
But.
Yeah?
Huh?
No.
I'm so glad.
Uh-huh. Excuse me.
You'll be given lemon jobs.
The ring came off my pudding can.
Right then.
Here's this lemon.
Go away. There ain't no lemon and there never was.
Thank you. So much.
Sugar, sugar, do, 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 do. Oh, honey, honey.
Think of the future. You're the ace in our deck, you know. Let's talk shop. Don't fret now. See you in a bit.
The day of the hero draws near, which shall see the crowning of a new king. 17 days remain.
Have a look.
That means
Smash it all to bits.
all right then. Luis is the only one
Mendoza. Ah, here's your problem. You had it set to hot links.
Hello there.
I love you, hot links.
Ooh,
was
salmon
good.
puff.
100 times more addictive than marijuana.
Ooh.
all right then.
Oh, God. Luis rightfully ought to be king. And what is it you...
The human misery.
I interest you in a salmon puff.
Okay. Wow. Oh, man. Just like that Mendoza is so obviously cartoonishly evil, and yet he still eats the stuff from him anyway. It's just so funny.
It would have been rude.
Exactly.
Luis rightfully ought to be king. Hmm? I'm...
President-elect Trump will attend Jimmy Carter's funeral. What if he does the gritty when he goes up to pay respects?
Man, that would be funny.
So, what are the best New Year's movies? Because we all talk about Christmas movies. Nobody talks about New Year's movies. What are the best movies that are New Year's movies?
Considering some of the absolute fucking slop that we saw being argued with Christmas movies because Christmas was mentioned at a couple of points in the movie, I'm gonna sit there and say Forrest Gump is a New Year's movie.
Technically, End of Evangelion is a New Year's movie. It's never mentioned, but if you look at the time frame, the third impact takes place on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day.
So I think what you're trying to tell me is that the whole time Shinji just really didn't like New Year's, and that's why he destroyed the entire planet, just because of that. What a jerk.
Okay, there is a movie called New Year's Eve.
Funnily enough, it's about Halloween.
When Harry Met Sally's a New Year's movie? I did not know that. The Godfather Part 2 is a New Year's movie? Oh, yeah, because of the party. The party with fucking... What's the guy? Shoot, I can't remember his name now, but the party where Michael realizes that Fredo betrayed him was a New Year's party. Sleepless in Seattle. Oh, Ghostbusters 2 is a New Year's movie. Yes, Forrest Gump is on this list. High School Musical is a New Year's movie. Snowpiercer, the Sex and the City movie, Boogie Nights. Okay, there are some. Ocean's 11, yeah. Poseidon, The Great Gatsby. Oh, okay, that is actually that one makes sense. Rosemary's Baby. Wait, Groundhog's Day is not a New Year's movie. How could it be? It takes place on
Yes.
Groundhog's Day.
Yeah. Calling that one a New Year's movie is pretty goddamn bad.
It's in the title of the movie.
Not only does it not take place on New Year's, it instead takes place on Groundhog Day, but the whole point of the movie is that the only day that it takes place on is Groundhog Day, thousands and thousands of times.
Right.
It's all right. Thank you very much.
Oi!
It would seem that actually
To overcome the spider's curse, simply quote a Bible verse. If you were in that situation, what Bible verse would you come up with?
Which situation? What?
To overcome the spider's curse, simply quote a Bible verse. Are you surviving that situation or not?
For God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten Son.
Hmm. That would probably be the one most people end up landing on.
Yes. No.
Of course, the really funny one that you could do would be Ezekiel 23:20.
Wait, that's not the Pulp Fiction one, is it? The one that was made up for the
No,
movie. Okay.
no. Ezekiel 23:20 is for she doted upon their paramours, whose flesh is as the flesh of asses, and whose issue is like the issue of horses.
I mean, technically, the spider needs to leave you alone now.
That's just from the King James Bible, but what it's trying to say in more updated terminology is he lusted after their lovers, who were hung like horses and came like donkeys. That's what it was trying to say. He had a
Filthy.
big,
Filthy.
he had a really big wiener, and he came a lot.
Very well.
Right.
I'm quite grateful. I shall. If so. I will be eternally grateful for this experience. Oh. I'm so sorry.
Let's see. Well, really?
I don't believe that my job should exist because I don't believe in government. I believe that government should be reduced down to one guy sitting in a dark room by himself, and the only thing he gets to decide is who to nuke.
Based.
All right then.
Let's go.
Uh-huh. That's enough out of you, yeah?
So,
Guess there's nothing to do.
buy something.
Got a special.
Buy something from here. No!
What are you playing at?
All right then. This is a right jam. All right then. Go.
Really?
They'll face.
And right here's where we are now. And right there's a labyrinth. What a let's see. That's where you want to go. It's your call. Let's move.
All right then. Let's go.
And I'm not really gonna have shit to do at nighttime anymore.
Amen.
I mean, in the game, not in real life.
This place.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
The day of the hero draws near, which shall see the crowning of a new king. 16 days remain.
What am I supposed to do?
Smash it all to bits.
Let's see. Well, really?
Okay, disgraced ruins it is.
All right then. Let's go.
Right. Time for the old girl to shine. Now then.
They'll face danger.
I see.
What a view. Let's see. That was incredible.
Must be a village.
You see.
Just a moment.
You equal. Oh, okay.
I think we have a favor to do there.
It's your call.
Let's be off.
What to pick?
So, what is your goal for 2025? My goal is to find a fucking job.
I guess mine is too.
Okay.
Gotta start somewhere.
Hey! Whoa.
Hey, did you see outside?
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at Malabelo's Stoke, where magla crystals resembling massive humans jut eerily from the rock. For reasons as clear as the crystals, excavations here were deemed taboo and forbidden by the Sanctus Church. However, some say that the mining continues in secret. The crystalline figures gaze in silence at their new visitors, as though assessing them.
Whoa! Check this out!
Later, Mussolini would recall that Hitler had told him that he was mystically and scientifically convinced of being possessed not by a demon.
That's pretty good.
Wonder how good of friends Hitler and Mussolini were.
Hey. Here.
Hey!
I mean... Well... All right.
The party makes their way to the north. When were they still?
So...
I shall not allow it.
Here we go.
What now? Damn it all. Please.
Yeah, the band on the run. Band on the run. Okay. Be right back. All right, I'm back. So you would probably know this, Snack, so I'm going to ask you. How do you pronounce the word consigliere? Am I pronouncing it right?
Consigliere.
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 Okay.
Consigliere.
Oh, God.
Something to keep in mind with Italian is that the language flows like water. Even if in a word a hard consonant shows up,
Mm-hmm.
you don't really get hung up on it.
What now?
Okay then. Let's go.
What now?
I think my plan at this point is to focus a lot on making sure that I pass one of my classes so that I don't need to worry about that for the remainder of the semester.
Yeah.
And, continue studying when and where I need to. But once I've done that, try to get another job. Because I'm like, the fact of the matter is I'm looking around, I'm like, I don't think anything that I can get is probably going to pay as well as that job that I just had. But, I don't want to have that job because it was hell. And I'm like, well, I probably would just want to get a second job then.
Makes sense.
But if I'm going to have any goal for 2025, it's to end the year in a better position than I started it in.
Is there another way?
It has been my goal for just about every single year for the last 5 years, and it has never once occurred. So here's hoping we break the streak.
What a finale! Keep your energy up, everyone!
They surely underestimated us.
We can breathe a little easier now, I think.
I don't think so.
Not half bad. Hang on to that.
Right here.
You've no time for prayers. Mandible bearing. Face me!
Moves, Heisman!
It's a black woman.
Burn to ash!
I was surprised that DSP accidentally said something so base.
We'll do this together. Hold on. Still here?
He gets so much shit for that clip. people bring it up constantly, and he's always just like, "No, dude, I was just making an observation. It's not fucking racist." I was like, "Oh, it's a black woman. It's an observation."
I see you.
Now accept your fate.
He's hoping that if he says that enough that people will just buy it, because literally seconds after that he's like, be careful or she'll steal the person.
Victory's ours.
He would do so much better if he would just own it. Just be like, yeah, I think it's funny. If you don't like it, you know, oh well. I don't think there's anything wrong with finding racist humor funny.
Well, I don't either, but you have to remember that you're talking to the guy who doesn't think there's anything wrong with being racist.
This won't stop us.
You know, I don't think I'm the best judge of that.
Like, I think that one of the big humor, in many ways, is the essence of humor is finding humor in things that normally would not be funny.
Some enemies are still around.
Yeah.
Careful now.
Because of the context.
What now?
Well, speaking of racism being justified, I wanted to share with you because I've been thinking about it ever since this H-1B thing broke and really got a lot of attention. And ever since I got my degree 2 years ago, every single callback that I've ever gotten for a job application I filled out for an IT job, I was contacted by someone whose name or accent was very obviously, very clearly Indian.
Right?
But as soon as I had that first conversation with them, nothing.
So what
So then, you know,
saying
you
is you need to do an Apu impression when you're on the phone with them.
Yes, and genuinely have a professional name that I use on my resume, but then, you know, use my real name at other times, you know, if I actually got the job. Because, it's insanity, you know. Especially when you look, you know, at the statistic of, you know, just since COVID, every single job that Fortune 500 companies have added, only 6% of them have gone to white people.
Energy up, everyone.
I think I'm getting used to this.
Satisfactory.
That's just horrifying.
Careful. There's more of them.
I did find it really fucking funny when Vivek suggested that Whiplash was a movie that provided an example of how hard people needed to work to be successful. Like, that was fucking hilarious.
Hit their weakness.
Literally, that whole movie
Yeah.
is about a guy who gives up everything else in his life just to become good at playing the drums. And he loses everything.
Not only that, but not only that, but the entire point of the film creator, because he says, he's all like, you know, the end of the movie is not a triumph.
No.
The
it's
end
not.
of the movie, when he finally gets acknowledged by J.K. Simmons' character, the film creator says, he's all like, that is pretty much what will guarantee that he ends up on a downward spiral in his life where he continues to pursue the greater perfection of his music, but in the process enters a self-destructive cycle like so many music stars do, and, you know, he's almost guaranteed to drive a drug overdose before he turns 30.
Right.
The creator of the movie said that was what he was trying to portray in that movie, and then Vivek is like, yeah, that's what you should do. That's how you work hard. And it's all like, between this and the fact that the guy's like, I don't understand why people applauded the, you know, I forget the names of everybody else on Saved by the Bell except for Screech, but he's all like, you know, the normal people, but they don't applaud Screech. And it's all like, really? The entire thing was just this demented, horrifying fucking, like, essentially what it amounted to is he was sitting there like, man, I really wanted to have sex with white women when I was in high school, but instead I got stuffed in lockers. It's like, yeah, no shit.
Expect
Yeah, not to be a
You were an Indian kid.
yeah, not
Your
to be a
lunch
media
smelled weird.
literacy dude, but like, what the hell? That was hilarious.
Yeah, for real.
On me, we go together.
But yeah, I like I do like that meme.
Out of my way. Mandible bearing.
I also like the idea of spiking your date's drink with Viagra. I think that's hilarious.
Might be curtains for me.
Like, that's like watching The Social Network and saying that the lesson is that you should steal ideas from other people and pass them off as your own, because you'll become one of the richest people in the history of the planet. And no one will really be able to hold you accountable for what you did anyway.
Come on.
Yeah.
Your death will be swift. Mandible bearing.
Somebody in his
Click.
comments said something like, did Vivek only watch Whiplash through Sigma edits on TikTok or something?
That would honestly explain a lot and be hilarious at the same time. Click on that tweet to read the whole thing because it's really funny.
Oh, oh, so it's like Atlas Shrugged.
I call upon royal power within. The power of fire.
What?
No, I said it's like Atlas Shrugged. You know how Atlas Shrugged basically stops at the end? So the head hero...
No.
Oh, okay.
That was just a meme. Willem Dafoe doesn't actually do.
I know. I'm not stupid, dude. It's a fucking Robert Eggers movie.
Oh, when you brought that up, I was like, wait a minute, what?
If Robert Eggers had his way, I don't think there'd be any dialogue at all in his movies. I think it would just be like...
Probably.
Like, have you heard of this movie that came out earlier this year? I think it's called In a Violent Nature.
I have not. Google it now.
It's like a very minimalist horror movie. It's a slasher movie, but it's basically told from the perspective of the killer instead of the attempted survivors.
Oh, I have heard of this. Yes.
Yeah, and it gained social media notoriety because of one particular scene, which you have probably seen on X at this point, if you actually allow the clip to play.
this is this is really funny. Oh man. Okay, I'll watch the whole thing. But this
Oh,
just
I've
to
seen
count.
this. I've seen this. Yes, I've seen this.
Because he just posted. He's literally just counting once a year. Oh my god! And then he gets fucking 3 million views on his tweets. Oh my god!
And he'll never be able to make money off of it without betraying the concept of the
Exactly.
channel.
Exactly.
And anyway, yeah. As near as I can tell, the movie is, slasher slop, but that scene gained some social media notoriety.
What a finale! Keep your energy up, everyone! I've done it!
We're done. That was all of them.
Hey!
Let's push through.
Expect no quarter. Apologies.
I don't know very much about the Adrian Dittman thing, JS, so I can't really speak to that. I have heard about it, but I don't know the details.
Hit their weakness.
No holding back. Let me rethink this.
Wow.
Tougher than I thought.
It's okay. Hold on.
That is insane. I can't believe this. Apparently he's gonna survive. But young Zoomer social media influencer is so retarded. He was making a video with his friends about like fucking around with tree bark or some shit, and he got bit by a diamondback rattlesnake. So he releases this video, and he's all like, "Hey guys, let's go." It turns out I'm cooked, and then he shows the bite wound. So then he looks at the snake and he says, "GG." He received 88 vials of anti-venom and is miraculously expected to survive. He's been in the ICU for 2 weeks.
Wow, that is like peak brain rot, man. That is,
Yeah.
Stay on the offensive. Good one, Strong. I won't hold back. Maybe not. Come forth, Royal Soul. Light!
Yeah, like he legit thought he was gonna die, so he's just like, well, we're screwed anyway, might as well make a good meme. Like, what the fuck? What a psychopath.
do you think there's any hope for future generations to not be like Zoomers? Or is it just going to keep getting worse?
Our foes are not vanquished. Be on your
There's absolutely hope. Because there is cringe in every single generation ever. Not every Zoomer is like this, of course. But this is just what Zoomer cringe looks like. And yeah. What you gotta deal with. Because, you know, our generation, our cringe was,
Is there another way?
I mean, aside from the IRL soy jacks, of which there are many, you know, it began with hipsters. That's how old the cringe in our generation has been. I mean, how long ago were hipsters, man? Jesus.
Right.
Now we're like the guys who are the inspiration for the pointing soy jack. You know, with the look at the new Beyond chicken that we got. All the guys, you know, consume product and all that kind of shit.
Oh,
Black.
yeah. Yeah, JS, I've seen that. Like, do you remember that clip I showed you of the guy who, like, set up a desk and chair in front of a moving train while it was running towards him, just assuming that it would stop before it got there for a TikTok clip?
Yeah.
Like, it would have been very hard for me to not just run right over him. I gotta be honest.
Exactly.
And that's that. Victory's ours.
A halfway decent result. My power swells forth.
That was the last of them.
Incoming.
Take it.
Oh, God. Oh, this is bad. Okay.
Dodge, Hulkenberg. Poetry in motion.
This is getting messy. Now, flee.
We are not done.
What now?
They noticed us. On your guard.
God damn it.
We'll hold our ground.
Take it.
Let us withdraw.
We're still some boats. Don't get.
I mean, does he have his own team in football hell, JS? Because if the Seahawks are in football hell, the Steelers are in a much deeper circle of hell, because that organization has basically come out and said, look, we're never going to fire Tomlin no matter what. Like, we like him so much, there's like a 0% chance we're going to fire him no matter what.
I don't even know why you would bring up the Steelers. I gotta sit here and say that if any organization in the NFL is unquestionably football hell, it is the Cleveland Browns.
Mm-hmm. Right, but I think what he more means is football purgatory. That makes a little more sense.
Football purgatory would make more sense, but even then, because I'm in the stream now, I see JS said that the Dolphins and the Seahawks in that same level. They're like right there on the outside. They just need a little bit more things to go their way. Now the Dolphins' window is closed because we had to pay Tua. But last season, if we had a better offensive line, which isn't asking for much, and if we weren't the most injured team in the league, wasn't asking for much, we were one game away from winning our division. And if we won our division, we would have actually been, I believe... Let me check, actually. Standing. Let's go. Last year.
Great work, everyone.
What now?
So if we won one more game would have been all we needed. And then we would have won our division, and we would have been the second seed in the AFC. Not only would we have been the second seed in the AFC, but we'd have been the second seed in the entire NFL. Just one more game, which even with everything that happened, all we would have needed to do was not choke against the Titans and set an NFL record for the largest comeback in the shortest amount of time.
Right.
So that's not asking for much. And if that had happened, we'd have been the second seed. We would have guaranteed easily would have had at least one playoff win. Because as the second seed, our first game would have been hosting the Steelers. We just walked right over them. And then after that, we would have played the Bills again, but it would have been in Miami. And, even though they obviously continue to kick the shit out of us regardless of where we're playing, it would have been a different ballgame. It's not asking for much. And I say all of that to just say, if that had happened, I wouldn't consider us in football purgatory or hell or anything like that. That's great. Winning the division for the first time since Tom Brady got drafted and winning a playoff game too, that feels good. Now, we just missed our window because then we had to pay Tua and everybody left in free agency. And, like JS said, the Dolphins being older, I don't necessarily see it that way. It's just Tyreek is older. But, we can make up for his production. Because while he's insanely otherworldly elite, he's not this year. And, again, our window is closed. But we still have plenty of guys who are just as good. Because I think McDaniel's offensive scheme, in the right circumstances is excellent. He's had difficulty adjusting because a lot of people figured him out, but we also lost a lot of talent and dealing with injuries and, blah, blah, blah. The Seahawks, for ever since they got rid of Russ, they've been, right outside. They've been unexpectedly good. Of course, you guys, you're feeling like, I wish we could just take that next step and move up. But, a lot, just about everybody who is not Seahawks fans feels that the team overachieves every year.
Yeah, and I think it's really important to note that we just got a new head coach this year. This isn't the Steelers who have had Tomlin for 2 decades.
Right.
Like, it's very different.
Right. So, if you're going to sit there and think about purgatory, I don't think it's the Dolphins. I don't think it's the Seahawks. Because unfortunately, things just go the way that they go. But People who are not in that fan base, they look at they look at us every year and they're like, oh well, that team overachieved.
Hold our ground.
They did a lot better than I thought they would. For the Seahawks more than for the Dolphins. But definitely the Steelers have been spinning their wheels for a very long time. The fact that they wasted having that incredibly potent offense with Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown, and Le'Veon Bell, that's very disappointing. So if you're a Steelers fan, yeah, you've been spinning your wheels for a long time. That's gotta suck. But if you're ever gonna say anything about, football hell, that's the Browns. Think about the other dog shit teams in the league, like the Patriots. Come on, you just got done being the greatest dynasty in the modern NFL.
Yeah.
The Giants, yeah, it kind of sucks, but you're still the best New York City team. You have been for decades. You had those great Super Bowl wins with Eli. That's not too far in the past. Not awful. The Titans, definitely football hell. God, they haven't been relevant in eons. However, when they had Derrick Henry, even though they lost him almost the minute that he could leave, fair enough. But that was exciting for a while, and they unexpectedly went on a really deep run. They just couldn't seal the deal, but it
They
happened.
couldn't beat Mahomes. A lot of teams have that in common.
Right, They got damn close. Football hell, Jaguars. How many fucking quarterbacks have they gone through? Like, I feel like the Jaguars have gone through more quarterbacks than any team that's not the Browns. Titans fans have got to be upset because they're already moving on from Levis, or at least, that's the rumor. But it's like he's only in his second year and the team still sucks. Like, he showed a solid foundation last year. He's a project. This is a guy that should have been drafted in the 4th or 5th round, and there's nothing wrong with that. He could have a very respectable career, but you throw him to the Lions right away. Yeah, he's not gonna be an MVP candidate immediately. You got to give him time.
I mean, we might be a few weeks away from Jared Goff having taken 2 completely different teams to the Super Bowl. And I know Jared Goff has a nice arm, but he doesn't have much else.
What now?
Well done, cutthroat. Formidable indeed. I'll use what I must.
If Lamar never even makes it to the Super Bowl with the Rams,
Ravens.
yeah, sorry, with the Ravens, my bad. Then I have to sit there and wonder, would that be the case of the most amount of MVP awards won by a player without making a Super Bowl? Because, I mean, not even winning, but just not even making it.
No. Come forth, royal soul. Light.
What a finale! Keep your energy up, everyone!
Matter of fact, let me look.
That's all of them. We're safe for the time being.
Let's push through. We have the edge.
Expect no quarter.
Everyone, go!
Dan Campbell is awesome. Everyone is licking his taint. Whoa.
Too much, perhaps?
You hit their weakness!
Okay, let's take a look here. List of NFL MVP winners throughout NFL history. Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has only played in 1 Super Bowl, but he's played in 1. Tom Brady.
And he won it.
Yeah. Tom Brady, Matt Ryan, Cam Newton, Peyton Manning, More quarterbacks. Steve McNair, Rich Gannon, Kurt Warner. Rich Gannon did play in a Super Bowl, by the way.
Yeah, I remember that one. It was the one that the Raiders lost to the Buccaneers.
Brett
But
Favre, Steve Young.
yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I think Adrian Peterson, the Vikings never made a Super Bowl.
Yeah, Adrian Peterson never played in the Super Bowl. Neither did LaDainian Tomlinson.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like the last guy who won an MVP who didn't make a Super Bowl was Adrian Peterson. So Lamar Jackson's won 2 MVPs, and we're sitting on fucking. It's been 12 years since a guy who won it had never made a Super Bowl, and that is just insane.
Did Ken Anderson never play in a Super Bowl? Let me see here.
But LaDainian Tomlinson only won 1. Adrian Peterson only won 1. Hey, Happy New Year. Woo.
Yep. Happy New Year. It hit. Okay, so if I'm looking at this correctly, Ken Anderson never played in a Super Bowl, and he won MVP one time.
Yeah, but from what I'm looking at, what I said was completely correct. Lamar Jackson, if he never makes the Super Bowl, which is perfectly reasonable to believe that could be the case, would... Wow, that was loud. My neighbor's setting off fireworks super close to me. That's also a dickhead thing to do, because there are lots of people who don't get New Year's Day off. So it's fucking midnight and they're trying to, like, if I went to sleep, I guarantee you that this would wake me up because it's practically right out my fucking window. I wouldn't be surprised if you'd hear it over the mic.
I heard it, yeah.
Yeah, my neighbors are fucking insane. If that was me, I'd be so fucking pissed. I'd be screaming at the motherfuckers right now if I had gone to sleep and if I had to wake up. Because, I mean, you know, if I didn't quit my job, then, yeah, we did get New Year's off. But, yeah, I'd be so pissed. But, yeah, if Lamar Jackson never makes a Super Bowl, so already, right, it is weekday. Because he's won multiple, anybody else who's won MVP and never played in the Super Bowl only won 1. Lamar Jackson's the only person who's never played in a Super Bowl and won more than 1. So yeah, it would definitely be one of the biggest wastes of all time if the Ravens never made a Super Bowl with Lamar, because he would have the dubious distinction of having the most MVP awards won by a person who did not make a Super Bowl.
And for whatever reason, his playoff performances have always been pretty substandard. So
Yeah,
he's earned that dubious moniker if he ends up having it, you know.
Yeah, not only that, but he's had good playoff performances here and there, but every year without fail. The longer he gets into the playoffs, the worse he's going to play.
Last year really kind of just made me
yeah.
feel like he's just feel like he might never get this, but we'll see.
Last year was legacy defining for him for all the wrong reasons. Lamar's James Harden. I vehemently disagree with that. James Harden never let his team down in the playoffs. His team fucking fell apart on him. The Rockets with CP3 that year when Harden won MVP, they absolutely should have made it. And then fucking Chris Paul got hurt. Yeah, Joel Embiid's a much better comparison. Because, you know, if you think of... Right, you know, if you think about it, Joel Embiid gets injured as often as Lamar Jackson poops, so...
I'll use what I must.
You hit their weakness.
No holding back!
Heisme.
Warlord!
Is there another way? No, this won't work. This should work.
You hit their weakness.
Oh,
That's
power
your
of
opening,
heroes!
Captain.
Pierce through, but still standing, I see.
Oh, power of kings.
Now, what's the pledge? Who do you think I am?
I'll never be able to forget the 2012 finals, JS.
A tough one.
Amazing finals for me. But the two things that were craziest to me is that even though James Harden would go on to have this reputation as being like the worst defender ever, in that series, Miami literally played whoever offense on Kevin Durant because his defense was atrocious.
Can't remember.
To the point where Scott Brooks tried to hide Kevin Durant on Mario Chalmers after whoever was being guarded by KD was just dominating game after game. Finally, he's like, okay, fuck it. So he had him guarding Chalmers, and Chalmers scored a career playoff high and led all scorers in that game. God, Kevin Durant sucked so much ass at defense. And James Harden, in the 2012 playoffs, they had an amazing passing of the torch moment where there was a double flop between Manu and Harden in the Western Conference Finals when they were playing the Spurs. And Manu got whistled for the foul. So it actually ended up being the passing of the flopping torch. And Harden took that ball and ran with it.
He's probably the greatest flopper of all time.
He actually, in the finals that year, he actually drew a foul on LeBron with a flop. And LeBron lost it. Oh, it was amazing.
Now accept your fate. Blaze!
You hit their weakness.
Are you prepared?
Move, Heisme.
Burn to ash!
Keep it up.
Fight as cowards.
One for the count. Keep it going. As the point of
Brace me. Hellfire!
See you later, Seahawks fan. Yeah, I can't believe it's 2025.
Smooth finish. Great work, everyone.
I think I'm getting used to this.
Just want to be happy. My only goal.
You just spend all your money on drugs.
If only.
Do you remember the Y2K stuff?
Satisfactory.
Were you old enough to
No.
remember that?
We're safe.
What now?
Wow. One of my neighbors is such a retard, he set off a big one. That was a huge bang. It literally set off car alarms.
Oh boy.
I'm right here. We have the edge. Let's take them all out.
Yeah, I think some asses are gonna get whipped tomorrow. Like, wow.
You hit their weakness.
Are you prepared?
Move, Heisme.
The power of fire!
I remember very clearly people freaking out about the possibility of Y2K screwing everything up. My dad set all of the the clocks on our computers back to like 1993 or something because he didn't know anything about computers and that was the only idea he had that he thought might work.
That's adorable. But, I was old enough to be aware of stuff, And like, but I was still a kid. So like, I'm watching TV and everybody's doing some kind of Y2K episode, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why is everybody freaking out? Because like, my parents didn't give a shit, because both of them had lived through the Cold War. So they were like, look, concerns about computers going crazy is not going to scare me half as much as the idea of fucking imminent nuclear annihilation, so...
No holding back.
And that's like what my grandpa was saying. Is he was like, you know what? I remember being in a huge panic thinking that I was going to end up being drafted for World War III during the Cuban Missile Crisis.
I chose the wrong opponent.
And,
Right.
Marvelous.
that scared me.
That's all of them. She'll be in the clear now.
This Y2K shit, fuck it.
When you think about it, it's really fucking brain dead. They couldn't test that stuff. Like, they had to actually wait for Y2K to be there to know whether or not anything would happen.
JS said they thought 12 monkeys was going to happen. That's a really small riot.
I've never seen
Like that.
12 Monkeys. I've heard a lot about it, but I've never seen 12 Monkeys.
That's barely enough to raid one Footlocker. That was Bruce Willis, right?
Yes, and I think Brad Pitt. And I know that the plot twist of the movie is it's a time loop, but that's it. There's no like, okay, let's utilize the time loop to our benefit. Let's try to find a way to make the time loop work for us. Let's mess with the loop. No, it's just like, oh, it's a time loop. And then it just ends. Like, I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't remember anything about that movie, so I'm going to read through it.
Did anything happen at all on Y2K in terms of digital malfunctions? I think there were some very isolated incidents that did not amount to much.
Yeah.
But nothing
Yeah,
the likes of what they were talking about.
It didn't amount to much because the truth is it actually was a serious concern, which is why it got as substantial of news coverage as it did, because there was a very valid concern there. But the thing is that the more valid a concern becomes and the more widespread the panic about it is, the more likely it is that people are actually going to try to do something to mitigate the effects of it. So they were aware of the problem and they spent months leading up to it fixing things so that, the stuff like the big panic was, oh shit, when the computer chips and the ICBM, kick over and have to deal with this Y2K, they're going to get confused and then all of a sudden they'll all just launch. And then nuclear Armageddon.
Well, the one that I remember
So
was
like,
that
okay.
airplanes in the sky would be like, oh shit, I haven't been invented yet. I should be crashing to the ground.
Which is just absurdly retarded.
Right.
But, any sort of situation where there was any kind of a concern for that, they made sure, okay, let's make sure that we handle this. Yeah, the thing that sucks about India so much is that, like, even when you consider my immigration idea, which is completely shut down all immigration except for letting in women for the purpose of, like, coming here, getting married to Americans, and having babies. even then, you still don't want Indians coming here because it's like, well, Jesus, Indian women are just so hideous.
How's this for me?
They have their good. There's some stuff that's pretty good there. I don't think it's all,
Come on!
you know.
Yeah,
Awful.
but it's rough.
And there's no accounting for taste, you know.
What now?
If you know what I mean. Like, I don't think JD Vance's wife is particularly unattractive or anything.
They've noticed us.
Now, let me try to find an example of. Yeah, there you go. Mindy Kaling.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know who that is, of course. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, her full name is Vera Mindy Chokalingham. And she is, oof.
This won't stop us.
yeah, she's the one who wrote the
this is
Velma
her.
TV show, right?
Yeah, she was the Indian lady from The Office. This is her 6 years ago. So she's aged 6 more years since this picture.
Yeah, she's not good. I agree with that.
Black. And that's the thing. I bring her up because the average Indian woman looks much closer to that than she does to JD Vance's wife. And just like Big Country said, JD Vance's wife is mid. And mid is like top shelf for Indian women.
The only brown-skinned woman that ever really pushed my buttons is Ishizu from Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I jerked off a lot thinking about her when I was younger.
But I didn't need to hear that. But that still doesn't even count because she's Egyptian.
Yeah, but she looks Indian. Yep. The third impact took place on New Year's Day 2016.
So it's been 9 years. How about that?
Today is the 9th anniversary of the third impact. Anyway, I'm not going to go any further tonight, guys. It is getting late. I have to get up tomorrow. So that's actually I'm going to start moving to wrap up the stream. We did celebrate New Year's while I was on stream, which was what I wanted to do tonight. And it's 2025.
Wahoo. Here's to better times. So I don't know if you know the Jake Shields guy on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
He lost his blue check mark because he's one of the people that Elon got super mad at during his autistic spurred rampage. So Jake Shields is he's really concerned about being demonetized soon. I think he may already have been or something. I don't know. But he made this one tweet about 2 hours ago, and it's pretty funny. He says, "I would like to apologize to Jack Dorsey."
I mean, I get it, but you can't tell me that we're not better off than we were under fucking Jack Dorsey, regardless of anything that's happened lately. Like,
and that's the funny thing is it's like, well, you know, if you're on the receiving end of this kind of shit, then obviously that's going to feel like that's the case. But you know, if you're not, then yeah, things are obviously way better. It's just that Elon reminded us all that he's human and that hero worship is a bad thing.
Right. Oh yeah, Big Country. I don't know if you're still there or not, but so I haven't been paying attention to Darkside Phil at all for a few months. So I checked back in yesterday. He is worse than ever. And I swear I'm not just saying that. He has completely given in to all his intrusive thoughts on stream.
Based.
It is. Because a few months ago, he was legitimately trying a redemption arc. He made up with Keemstar. He tried to make up with Craig. He fucking went on Kino Casino. He was trying to collab with Mr. Medicare. He was doing all this stuff, like trying to redeem himself. He admitted that the WWE Champions account was his. And now he's just decided, yeah, fuck it. I'm just going to demand money from my viewers every day and get really pissed off if I don't get it.
Pretty funny.
It's really, I mean, on some level, I find it a little disappointing. Because I think deep down, for mostly, we want to see people redeem themselves. We want to see them get better. And it seemed like he was trying for a second there, and he just decided, you know what? I make more money this way. What are your thoughts on this? Other than the
Oh.
fact that it's obvious engagement bait.
I was just waiting for the follow up, and he was asking people.
Yeah.
Okay. See here. Everybody's kind of hitting it already in the comment, you know.
I think the best line delivery ever is when Frank Vogel called LeBron James.
You see this heart medicine? You don't get this heart medicine.
All right, guys. I'll see you guys later today.